If you hear construction outside, my bad. Or if you hear the AC, my bad. What's up? Why are you so depressed and sad all the time like a little... I mean, what's the problem, man? They want to hear you rap. Don't nobody care about how you feel. We want raps. But I'm too busy trying to get this fucking album cracking to see ya. Cut that bitch off! I don't care about what you got going through or what you got to do. I need 16. Promise hair on, I'll put my fist up after I get my dick sucked. Quick buck, so belittles, man. They tentatively tend to turn into pony myths. Isn't he one adolescent fucking 6? Breaking news, death's less important. That's less important. That's less important when the Lakers lose. That's letting that baby food. Blow the smoke of the spliff in your eyes. You going to live till you die. Intelligent bitch. Intelligent bitch. I can't rhyme, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, okay, I can't rap. Sorry, Mac Miller. Rest in peace. Ugh. Hello? We'll listen to Earl. I don't know what I was gonna say. Earl Sweatshirt, a guy that I haven't really mentioned all the much on the channel. I haven't really reacted to anything because I mean the last album he dropped was Void Dire, which was actually I did talk about that like briefly back in 2023. Some rap songs, possibly Earl's best. Haven't heard it in a bit though. Void Dire. Those two albums come onto my mind most when I think about Earl currently. Shout out to Earl, man. So he's not completely new to the channel, but I haven't gone out of my way to react to an album of his fully on here, on camera. That changes today. Going on with our trend of looking at albums from 2015, one of his most notable albums, I feel like, 2015's I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. Funny enough, I think this is one of the Earl albums I haven't completely listened to fully. I have been on a Earl Sweatshirt binge in the last couple of years, ever since Void Dire released. Listen to Void Dire, listen to Sick, haven't touched Feet of Clay, listened to some rap songs recently, really good, and I've listened to Doors. So, you know, it's a short discography, but there's only two albums that I haven't touched, and one of them is probably one of Earl's most notable? I know some rap songs is his most notable, but do a lot of people talk about I Don't Like Shit? I don't know, but it's a very dark looking album for sure, and I mean Earl has been outspoken about his struggles. I mean, have we just heard Burgundy? So yes, Earl, very good rapper, Odd Future Collective, Odd Future alumni. I'm just glad to get another Earl Sweatshirt album under my belt on camera and for a video. So that should be fun. Like a lot of these 2015 10-year-old classic re-listens have been pretty fun. Promise Aaron, I get my dick sucked after I get my dick sucked. Quick dick, maybe a quick suck. Formalities and whatnot. See if we can get anything from Genius. I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, an album by Earl Sweatshirt, is the second studio album by Earl Sweatshirt, released on March 23rd, 2015 through 10 Cressida and distributed by Columbia Records. On March 17, 2015, a pre-order for the album was made available on the iTunes store with no announcement from Earl. This turned out to be an error by Sony Music Entertainment. Whoopee. That same day, the album's lead single, Grief, was released alongside a music video. A vinyl edition was released on December 11th, 2015 with an alternative cover art. I'm assuming that second one was is this the vinyl cover? I guess so. You know, it's been a while since we've had a good, short-ish 10-track album. Because the last few recordings have been pretty hefty. So I don't want to say let's rush through this album, but hopefully it'll be a very shorter video now. This is some pretty good track listing and time frame for, you know, album reactions, but I'm not here to... I'm rambling too much already. Let's get into it. Free Earl. Free Gaza. We're on the corner like Israelites. I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, an album by Earl Sweatshirt. Earl Sweatshirt, March 23rd, 2015. 10 lovely songs, a lovely half an hour, and 1 second. Track number 1, Huey. Was was always stuck in them, stuck in it, and the ambulance came.
Take the soul from me.
Hey.
In the early running with niggas who cold running shit. They drinking and missing my grandmother, myself, and a toast to all my niggas.
And it's going to transition. Yeah, it's a very short, but I like it. I do like the baseball organ type of lead at the beginning. And I was showing you what's popping for the album. For an intro track that would lead into the eventual formal introduction. The beat is very reminiscent to the one from his song Sunday off of his album Doris. According to an interview with NPR's Mic Check, this was the second song Earl wrote for the album. I don't know why I keep thinking of the Simpsons theme song. Earl's grandmother died during the making of Doris. He has mentioned her passing in many songs, including Burgundy. He also described a month of debauchery with NPR Mic Check, describing days where all he did was drink Hennessy. Colt 45, it works every time. What an ad. What an ad, yikes. Earl found clarity and self-awareness while under the influence. He knows he's hot, even though he was toasted. Earl's also saying he's toasted high, a side effect of weed. A side effect of weed is short-term memory loss and a slower time perception, which is why he needs to write his rhymes down quick before he forgets them. During an interview with NPR's Mic Check, Earl explained that this album was created in moments. He felt if he missed a moment, he wasn't able to complete the song/beat he was working on at the time, hence the haste. Oh yeah, also, if you don't know why people say Free Earl, he was sent to a Samoan camp, or something like that. If you've been well informed of the Odd Future lore since its beginning in like the early 2010s, which is kind of crazy, you should probably know about that story, but Earl was sent to school. After his return from will it just show us like, oh, okay. Oh wow, it actually sends us to a stupid New York Times. Don't give a shit. Well, it's supposed to be an article about his time in Samoa. After his return from Samoa, Earl released his critically acclaimed album Doris, but also suffered with his grandmother's death, drug problems, and was plagued by music-hungry fans. Earl had a similar line on Solace, however, while the line on Huey carries connotations that the difficulties he are referencing are not all in his control, the line on Solace suggests that his habits are the cause of problems in question. One foot stuck in a tar pit of my ways. The line may also be a reference to the Odd Future video Fence Jump that was posted to promote the release of Doris.
Come out like maybe you didn't take into consideration the fact that shut the fuck up. Time like a little bitch. What's the problem?
Wow. Now that's how you market. Alright, cool. Yeah, Earl. Poor Earl. He's definitely been in some very awful mindsets, but, what we know now is he seems to be happier. He seems to be more mature and I guess grown up and whatnot, which is great, because, a lot of the Odd Future people have had a, some sort of evolution on them. I mean, for the better. I mean, it has been like 10 plus years. I mean, you should be bound to grow somehow. Hopefully. Alright, cool. Next track, Mantra.
Rip the label off this.
Frank Ocean reference.
Ask who the best and I doubt that they picking you. Wow, you broken angry, my nigga. Name Sweat. Shirt. I said Sweat.
Shirt.
You could tell the Reaper I'ma meet him when he's sick for me.
Ooh.
And I know it's nighttime when you get lonely. Until I smashed all the trust that I earned in the past couple months. Fuck this. I can play cautious.
Well, that's still Earl. Yeah, get ready for that dark production. Even if the last song literally had a baseball organ. Oh, baby, hold on. Okay. Ex-girlfriend Mallory Llewellyn? Mantra is a word in Hinduism and Buddhism that is repeated to aid concentration. The title refers to the last line of the previous track, Huey. And I gotta jot it quick because I can't focus so well. Yes, sir. Well, that one where Earl seems to get a lot of stuff off his chest, and talking about the fans and how he seems grateful for them, but like also in a way not like irritated by them, but like, you know, kind of like I kind of want to be left alone type of thing. Kind of like reminds me of a very more low-key and less abrasive Colossal. And yeah, we know how Colossal goes. Even though it's hard for him to accept the overwhelming accession of his fans, he has to learn to tolerate it since they're the reason he's living comfortably. Tyler touches on similar ideas in Colossus, I told you. He even kind of has the same type of structure on the lyrics here. It definitely does call back to Colossus there. When Earl performs this song, he wants people to say it with him, not just stare at him and be silent. This can be shown in some of his shows. Oftentimes, both drugs and liquor are labeled with health risk and potential defects, but Earl couldn't care less. Ironically though, he expresses the idea of him going down on an uncertain path or road that got twists in a cautious manner. This emphasizes his scattered brain nature, as he doesn't quite know or seem to care where these bad habits will take him, but is being careful regardless. Yeah. Two good songs so far. Next track, Faucet.
Chef Sweaty Brazy, the only one pressing to grow up was fishing away with the water. I'm a land mammal harder. Chasing these rappers, whole face in a fuck solid so the funds don't phase me. My mama, she born bred to lead to get shit popping like the guns off safe.
This low-key beat and dude, Earl knows how to Earl knows how to fucking rap over goddamn anything.
Shit in a pile, never change, I'm stupid.
Yeah, another dark sounding song, but also a dark song, because what is it? I don't know who sounds to call home lately. Earl's past hasn't been one to be, I don't even know what the word is, to be all fun and dandy. Earl performed Faucet for the first time at the Observatory in Santa Ana with Vincestaples on December 23rd, 2014, with a Christmas performance. This is one of the few songs from I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside to have its title confirmed by Earl directly when performed live. In an interview with NPR, Earl talked about how this track touches on the topic of how he felt uncomfortable at home when he was 16. That was shortly before his mother sent him to Samoa. So like, I outgrew my house when I was 16. I got back, tried to live there, so I was out. So me and my mom were on kind of weirder speaking terms. I would go for like a month without talking to her. But there was just this weird... It's a song called Faucet that touches on it really, really, really well. That was one of the ones I didn't write on. There's also some shit that happened on this album. A couple of them I didn't have to write. Like, that's how I was with the music on this shit. So like, yeah. I think the story goes that Earl was trying to get into this music stuff, but either his mom was like not having it or something along those lines. That's why he got sent to Samoa, and that's when Tyler and all the Odd Future guys were doing all that free Earl stuff. Don't know the specifics of what the hell he did in Samoa of all places, but I mean, he's free and he's a grown man now. So those early Earl days, dude, he looked so different. Again, anyone looks different 10 years from now, most of the time. Next track, Grief. Alright.
Good grief. I've been reaping what I sowed. Side in a minute, I've been living what I wrote.
True.
Read them when I look. Miss me, say you eating, but we see you getting cooked, nigga. I own that car. Tales 376 was a brothel. We had females. I was making waves. You was surfing in them. Dealing with the stomach pain. And all I see is snakes. Say you getting cooked, nigga.
Getting cooked. You getting cooked.
Even I me in them. On my time and my mind intact.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to know basically what the consensus of the album is this song. The almost empty instrumental, the lyrics, I mean, it's right there in the title. It's right there in the title. And even Earl has to tweet it. Grief is a final lament and epilogue. Stay tuned for more. Why is Biggie Smalls credited in this song? Erykah Badu's Fall in Love, Your Funeral is sampled in the song, which contains a sample of Biggie's Warning. As you can see, Erykah is also credited. Huh. Get the fuck off, rap genius. That shit melts brain cells. I can't believe you ever thought that was a chill option. Why the fuck are you so lazy? What? This sounds more personal than bragging rap shit like some of these annotations suggest. Yo, I'm seriously worried about Earl. I know his sound is usually dark, but this is the most depressing album I've ever heard. I love him, but I'm also worried about Earl. Hopefully he's talking to someone about his problems. yeah, you can kind of tell where the fan base was at the time. Yeesh, yeah. One of the most obvious examples of what this album was trying to get across. And that's not a bad thing. It's really a depressing song, basically. But next track, Off Top. I mean, but this outro though.
Yo, I gotta stop smoking back.
True. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that. I don't even smoke. Okay, but this freaking instrumental is kind of a little insane.
Scary in the tracks until the day the fucking train come. Where day another niggas bitch the face fuck. Obviously dad never praying much. When it's static in the air, cause the fair was a faith in me. Living in keep away from me.
God damn. Producer Left Brain? Shout out to Left Brain. But another short rap performance. Next track though, Grown Ups featuring Dash.
Feelings cage when that acid fade. I acquired fame and name it home. Hey, hit the dirt like Tommy. I miss that I'm not the one to fucking plot against. Fucking friend. Trying to figure out how to start a motherfucking end.
Eesh, fucking with some grown ups.
Nigga, I'm a dog. Tell her hit all star. Press the all star.
Featuring Dash, who is mostly known for being a member of the hip-hop collective ASAP Mob, and the nephew of Dame Dash. The instrumental on this song bears similarity to Pop Snot by Victor Vaughn, one of MF Doom's musical personas. When did Odd Future and ASAP Mob members start collaborating? Because I know there's that one Tyler interview where they said they hated each other for a while, but Tyler and Rocky didn't hate each other. But then they started making music together, and now everything's like they're all like the bestest of friends, especially Tyler and Rocky. But yeah, I mean, I can't really pinpoint when that rift was starting to just merge together. But yeah, I know they weren't really friendly with each other at the beginning. I don't even know if some of them still are friendly with each other, but yeah. Earl claims he is cordial with his circle of friends, but the lack of guest spots from his Odd Future cohorts, mostly notably Tyler the Creator, suggests he may be in an even agoraphobic state. Real bosses don't roll their own blunts. Huh. Yeah, they don't even have separate verses. Earl and Dash just go off each other. You know, that's like one of the best things I like in a rap song. It doesn't always have to happen, but when it does happen, it's pretty sick when they just bounce off each other like that. For lack of better terms. Alright, next track, AM/radio. Or is it Double Dash? Wow! So true, all 19-year-olds do that. Rat King!
Bitch, I skated before I rapped. If you take me, I was kinda out the game. I'ma put the quarter right the wine into a minimum. Piggies come, bet I'm quicker than I mind in the trash next to where my fucking passion went.
Nah, I'm just noticing how many instrumental outros are there. Oh, this is the radio part. Slowed down sample of G Herbo's Knucklehead, which featured Earl. The song was produced by Earl himself under his alter ego, Random Black Dude. Oh, it says it's not the sample. Original work from Earl's keyboard. The beats sound similar, but are not the same. Okay. Honestly, these outro instrumentals have something to them. It's just they just feel really nice, considering everything else on this album. Next track, Inside.
Crazy for this one.
crazy, Earl. You crazy.
Shop really covered with roaches, cause niggas was really smoking. Got a tape, catch a wave, now you in the industry. Oh shit, it's in the crib, mirror, mirror, let me hear. Fall a victim to myself, middle finger to the help. When it's a problem,
right. Hi. My. Hey.
And lately I don't like shit, I've been inside on the daily.
I got that. I got that.
Banger!
Banger! Next track, DNA.
I never was the Monday, then another 6 days back. The sun that got bigger, got team strapped on it. You thought it was
hold
magic,
the
but
fuck
now
on.
it's get it. Look, I got holes in my britches, big up Dylan britches, pro park, I'm in the rest on the balcony. Shout out that Reggie, I know a child. Spotlights on me.
Okay, Earl.
Peeking, yup. It's cold in the deep.
Yup.
Change, that's my day to day. Niggas try.
That's it.
Hot sauce in my cup of noodles.
Shout out Cup Noodle.
Went to London on the 1st. I'm bringing you to Japan and Australia. I know you in a better place. I can't even cry about that.
Oof.
When I me happy.
Oof. Yeah. A dark verse from Nicole Smith, but very fitting with the album, considering about how much it talks about, you know, death and dark mental state. But fuck, Earl went the fuck off there. That fan Earl was talking about in Burgundy must have been happy hearing this one. But if he wasn't happy hearing the rest of the album, then that's tough. That's tough. You're missing out. That's tough. I was missing out. I was missing out on this song. Jesus Christ. Dash and Wretch are among the few he considers close friends, and since they are fellow artists, they also understand how Earl can feel consumed by the rap game. Earl talks about the meaning behind this line in this NPR interview. During a period following his 2014 and 2015 touring, Earl had a moment of clarity, realizing he was basically in full submission to his rap career and he was far too selfless. Chivalry the customs for how to properly treat ladies. Others must not treat their girls well since they all want to get with Earl. Still, Earl dismisses every girl looking for a serious relationship because he is still young and plans to make the best of it. Anger. I can definitely relate to that, and not just because I'm inside all day. I mean, according to this album title, Earl was too. Earl's mother stresses over his well-being as he gets more popular, so he ironically tells her to get a gun for protection. However, even though his life is changing, it's changing for the better, so he doesn't want her to worry anymore. Yeah, chill out, mom. Chill out, mom. I'm making some good-ass rap music. And it's also a more money, more problems reference. He means there's more money, but there ain't more problems since he is the best at what he does. Near the end of the recording sessions for the album, Earl invited his friend, as well as fellow skateboarder and rapper Nicole Smith, over to feature him on a track. While with Earl, Nicole both dropped acid and received word that one of his close friends had died, creating an awkward situation out of the session. Yeesh. Earl recalled the aftermath in an interview with NPR. He just rolled over. He was in a little rolly chair. Rolled over to me. I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "I don't know what to do." I was like, "Write something down." In the vein of clarity, it was beautiful. Hey, I mean, you know, some artists work. That's how some artists work. I mean, you don't always have to be in a bad, horrid state to be making good music, but I mean, still, some of the best music comes out of, like, unfortunate events like this. And that's not to say everyone should have a bad thing happen to them, but it's amazing what these guys can do to turn something horrible into something, I guess, more poetic and beautiful. There you go. I'm not wishing the worst on people, if that's what people might get away from it. That's not what I'm trying to do. Not what I'm trying to say. Shout out to Nicole. Rest in peace to his friend and all of that. But last track, going through this, a banger, Wool featuring Vincestaples. Yeah. Soon as I catch the vibe, tell him to fetch the hurt in the lower shirt. Tell her to bless the girth if she let them blown away. West is making Mexicans wet back. Crossing over on some AI shit.
I need a foreign baby.
AI. Look what I bought recently. Speaking of AI, I'm adding to my jersey collection. I'm definitely not gonna wear this at a certain movie screening for a certain weekend album, but yeah, it's here. and it's pretty sick. This is like one of the best Sixers jerseys. Like, honestly, I'm fine with the newer logo. I do like the ball and the, you know, the blue and white, but I mean, there's just something that the early 2000s, 90s had, you know, just hasn't been felt in a while. That is also due to the rise of minimalism and how it has ruined everything creative nowadays. But yeah, sorry, I just had to get that out of the way because he brought up AI, Allen Iverson, one of the best. I just had to get that off my chest for a bit. Shout out to AI. Face lost inside this game called rap. I be the underdog. Yeesh. Hold up. What the fuck on?
It's golf on that
Bitch, this golf on that ball cap. I guzzle the tall boy, and y'all still debating over Earl music. Color McGrady's that first grader was me. Spliffs in that old banker receipts, bitches gripping.
your pants up, boy, you dancing with a demon. It's difficult to
Beat him like a soft dick. Got the gas and Shreddy K brought the machete. Machetes, Jesus Christ.
Try and get the cheese.
Call me Lou if I'm on the track. Skip to me. Ooh.
Vince be with the rocket, he gon' pop it when
Faces.
give a
Fuck
fuck
about the
all
moves.
All these
All is right. All is fucking right. You know, ending us off on a banger song. Earl and Vince, a duo I've been a fan of for a bit now, ever since I've heard them off Floyd Dyer, and I wasn't there for the original hype of like the hype verse off of Doors, so I'm assuming that's where a lot of people got the Vince hype from. But you know, listen to Floyd Dyer, hearing FM from Vince Staples, you know, that Earl Sweatshirt interlude is probably one of my favorite interludes of all time if I had to rank interludes, which is a little weird thing to do. But yeah, a lot of the stuff Earl and Vince do, they do it well and they do it frequently, which is a good thing because I like both of them a lot. Most of the times, if I'm seeing Earl and Vince on the same song, I'm going to assume for the best, because they don't really make something bad, especially when they're together. That they just mesh so well. It's like it's like some team chemistry type shit, dude. As soon as I press the line, tell them to fetch the hearse. What an opening line, bro. Let's golf on that, bitch. Let's golf on that ball cap. I got my last song. It was the one with Vince, so it started like just bars. And I didn't know where that was going to go on the album, but it was just me and Vince. We recorded it, and initially we were like, yo, we're finna drop this tonight. And I was like, no, I'll take this. Yeah, I mean, in a way, it doesn't fit all that well with the album. It kind of does. If you listen to Huey, and it kind of fits. The last song of the album is started by Vince Staples, who doesn't disappoint, true. Hearing him in Earl's songs is starting to be a usual thing, true. Ever since the rapper appears on one song on Earl, I forgot about the Earl mixtape, and 3 on Doris. They even tour together now. This is a really technically impressive verse. The flow switches up a lot, but it's basically characterized by a lot of complicated internal multi-syllabic rhyming. Okay, chill out. Okay, whoa, okay. There's a lot. If you want to look at rap theory, there you go. Vince grew up in Ramona Park, an area located in Long Beach, California. What he experienced there is what made Vince the man he is today. The NBA holds an annual draft lottery where teams who miss the playoffs participate in a draft session to determine the draft order. The lottery picks are those make it through the lottery draft. Literal lottery tickets are a scratch. Okay, yeah. Similarly, many rappers miss their shot at success, but Vince is content with being the underdog. I thought it was because where Vince grew up, it's like a lot of people are getting killed for practically no reason because of like the environment that they were put in. That's what I thought he was talking about, but I mean, I guess, you know, there's this. And, you know, speaking of the lottery draft, the Mavericks getting the first pick, and then the Spurs second, then the Sixers third, and then the Hornets fourth. I'm like, yeesh. It really must suck to be a completely dog shit team in the NBA, because, the Mavericks, the Spurs, those are some pretty decent teams if they're at their full potential. But, hey, you know, fuck the Hornets, I guess. On Doris, on the track Hive, Earl introduced us to the idea of fans debating his music based on whether he could only produce a certain type of music. Essentially, whether he was a one-trick pony or not. Despite his diverse subject matter on that record, uninformed listeners still make the same claims. Yeesh. Yeah, okay. A banger way to end off the album. A strong way to end off the album. But that was I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, an album by Earl's Sweatshirt. And yeah, it was a pretty concise, short, solid batch of tunes. With Doris, of course, he still had that more laid back, nonchalant type of way of rapping and whatnot. That still holds true here, but the mindset he's in, and like, I guess the production too takes a very emptier, darker turn. I mean, yeah, it makes sense considering what he's talking about, like the death of his grandmother, death in general, his adjustment to fame, I guess, because Doris really was the debut album. It's one of those albums where he's just reflecting on the success he's had and other unfortunate events that happened around his life. And yeah, it must have been a very fast phase in his life, because having a lot of that, having some stuff like that happen to you, especially when people are hounding you to make an album, not a good headspace to be in. But I'm glad he was able to still make something that was pretty good considering the headspace he was in at this time, like a decade ago. Because as much as you can make good music out of hard times, sometimes the hard times get the best of you and you don't really make something that turns out to be the best the best portrayal. If you like the more laid back, darker side of Earl's music, there's something you can take here for sure, like Grief, Faucet, Mantra, I think. But that's not to say that Earl doesn't pop the fuck off here and there. Huey, DNA, Wool, those are 2-3 huge examples of said Earl doing his usual rapping the fuck off kind of thing that he isn't mainly known for, but it's there. Earl can definitely rap and rap his ass off. But I know a lot of the appeal comes from the more laid-back, non-emotional expression he gives off. Very short, very good listen. And another good inclusion into his short, but very, I'd say, consistent discography. Because I don't know. I haven't heard Feet of Clay, so I can't say anything about this. But everything I've heard so far, I really liked. So, what would be my favorite Earl album? Would it be Doris? Would it be Void Dyer? I don't know. I was really liking Void Dyer when it dropped, so I don't know. I can't give a confident answer on that right now. A lot of these are just really good. Of course, there's the obvious some rap songs where people would probably say is his best. It was very experimental, so I'll give them that. Also, wait, I was gonna bring up there was a line Earl said something about. Oh, here. Call me Lou. If I'm on the track, these skip to me. Playing off the nursery rhyme, skip to my Lou. Earl explains how listeners pass forward to his verse in a song because that's the only part worth listening to. I'm not gonna say that's complete facts, but there have been some times where Earl's verse has been some of the most notable and biggest highlights on a song. Mainly, two I can think of right now is Odie and Really Though from Danny Brown's album. Yeah, those two I feel like are like one of Earl's best feature performances. There's probably some others too I'm forgetting. More recent one would be Words to Live By. There we go. This is a song I was talking about. That's a more recent Earl verse where people skip it. And I don't want to say like that's a bad thing. Tao. His verse was still pretty good too, but there's just been some times where Earl's verse just somehow outshines a lot of people, which is it's a very respectable thing to have, considering that Really Doe had freaking Kendrick Lamar on it. Yeah, Earl, his albums have been very consistent so far, from what I've heard, unless Feet of Clay is just absolute dog shit. But everything I've heard, I've liked. Really good rapper, really good artist. Pretty just straightforward listen. It's a more darker turn from Doris. And yeah, if you like it, I like it. If you liked it, you like it. But it's good to know that Earl is in a better headspace than he was 10 years ago, because my goodness. Yeah. I don't know him personally. It seems that he seems to be in a better place now, so that's a good thing. After all these years. Cool. Shout out to Earl. With that being said, thank you for watching another old ass re-listen in the books. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know my... What? thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. Watch my other old re-listens if you want to. Watch my non-old re-listens if you want to. Yeah, I don't know when the next time we're gonna get another Earl album. I mean, it's been a couple years. Who knows? Maybe he drops this year. I don't know. I don't think he does, but yeah. Earl is good. Vince is good. Shit, I might even listen to a Vince album soon. Yeah, need to get back in that, getting back in that saddle, just popping this shit out. Good ass music, baby. All right, cool. Shout out to Earl, and goodbye. Finally, a recording that's under an hour, under 2 hours. Fucking love it, man. I love short albums so much.